You want to know what to do when it's your turn when you play D&D. My name's Adam Scott for RPG Club, and I'm going to tell you of the 5,000 players we have worked with, what they actually do when it's their turn, so everybody has a good time. Let's get into it. Now look, there's a lot of material out there for GMs telling them how to run games and how to strategize and what types of resources to use, but there's very little for players to tell them what they should actually do when it's their turn. I mean, look, there's hundreds of pages of material that says what you could do, but what should you do? What to do. There's two halves to this, because most role players I've noticed are either thespians and super social, or they're power gamers and they want to get into the mechanics of the game. However, it's important to know how to do both of those things so everyone can have a good time. I'm going to cover both of those sections so you're prepared not only for the social side, but also the mechanical side of what you should do when it's your turn. All right, here come the social skills. The GM comes to you and now it's your turn. What should you do? 4 social skills. Here they are. Ask a question of either an NPC or a fellow character in the game world. Maybe you want to learn something about the place that you're in, like a tavern or a palace. Maybe your other characters are engaged in some type of problem solving and you want to know more about that. That's going to get everybody more engaged. To follow up on that, ask your teammates how you can help. Sometimes players are involved in something that they could use an assist with. You're able to help them in the game world in a variety of ways. Ask them if you can help. Try out a voice. It's okay. It's going to be awkward. If you can just try out a voice, even if it's not perfect, it's going to make everybody relax. And trust me, it will be fun and you will get better at it. All right, I'm talking directly to you. That's right, you on this 4th one. Listen for plot hooks. I know that's kind of a metagame thing, and of course it makes the GM's life a whole lot easier. However, remember, you're not doing unstructured improv. The GM is setting up a story, and your team is supposedly there to figure out what's going on in that story. Every time the GM explains something, either as a narrator or are talking to you as an NPC, they're giving you plot hooks or information about the game world. Pay attention and listen to what they're saying so your character can latch onto that and try to figure out what might be the best course of action. I know it might be fun to talk to Jim the barkeep and have some random ass adventure where you go figure out what kind of horses he's going to steal. However, that's gonna derail things and could burn the group out if it's done too frequently. Now, as a bonus, I wanna tell you what a role-playing game is. When you sit down at the table, there's 2 sides to this. You wanna have, hopefully, a good, positive experience that's engaging with other people, and you're telling a story together. I want to tell you what a good game actually looks like. We've run thousands of games, and the best games are engaging, they're positive, and the players not only feel supported, but they feel empowered and they want to play week after week. These techniques help them do that. To explain that, I need to tell you about one thing, and that thing is the structure of a role-playing game. When you're playing, there are 3 things that you could possibly do. Every role-playing game has 3 facets: social roleplay, combat, or exploration. When you are playing, it's important to think about what your team is doing at any given time so you can think about how to best support your teammates. Maybe your turn calls for more of a mechanical skill. You're not talking to people, you gotta do something and you don't really know what to do. Here are 4 things that really help our players know what to do so they can help the team. If you have no idea what to do, ready an action, especially if you think combat or danger might be around the corner. If you have a ranged weapon, ready your bow, ready your crossbow, and target it at something or someone that may run around a corner or an instance that may happen. It's in the player's handbook and it's a great tool for you to use when you don't know exactly what to do. Make a perception check. If you don't know what the hell's going on and you're trying to figure out what dice to roll, say I would like to look around and see if I see anything of notice or of danger. The dungeon master usually will realize, oh, okay, they're just looking for more information, and they will help you through that perception check, try to learn a little bit more about what the hell's going on. Do combat, but only when it's necessary. Now, there will be times when there's an obvious threat in front of you. That is not the time to become a lover of all sentient things. That is the time to pick up your sword of whoop ass and do what you're supposed to do. Unless you're a wizard, then get in the back. The point being, when it's time for combat, it is time for combat, and those skills need to be used aggressively. This is a broad one for mechanics, but think about what problem your team is involved in. Are they stuck in a room? Are they about to engage with 5 orcs? Or are they trying to talk their way into a palace? Your character sheet has skills that will directly help you solve these problems. But it's important to identify what problem you're trying to solve. My name is Adam Scott. I am here for RPG Club. I really appreciate you watching this video. If you have enjoyed this video, I would love if you could drop a like on it for the YouTube algorithm. That always helps. And if you are new to us and you have not yet subscribed, if you would consider subscribing, that would mean a lot to me, because we're going to do more videos that help players learn how to be better role-playing gamers so that they all can have more fun together at the table. I look forward to seeing you again next time, and I appreciate you being here.